Hello, my name is Alina Estep, she, her. I am 5'6", and I'm based in New Paltz, New York. This is what's called a memory play, which means that a lot of it is false, right? I mean, think of your own family. When you all get together and you're telling stories, remember those crazy trips with Uncle Dave and his yellow Ford Falcon? What yellow Ford Falcon? Uncle Dave drove a Chevy and it was blue. What about that time I sold Christmas wreaths with Jad at the Winter Carnival and we lost the envelope with all the money and Father Reardon didn't believe us? You and Dad? That was me and Dad. That was my story. Of course, we all know the kinds of stuff about eyewitness testimony and how unreliable it is, even when you're the eyewitness and the testimony is about your own life. Not reliable. Let's say that most of this is true. Well, parts of it. Maybe. I don't know anymore. They say every time you remember something, it changes a little, and that change becomes part of the new memory, and then finally, you're remembering something that is unrecognizable from what actually happened. As Sister Aloysius used to say to us, I'll leave you to ponder that fact, ladies and gentlemen. Over the course of 4 days, in 1973, a series of events occurred in my life that was more memorable than anything else from that time. It's funny, years later I would think, what was all the fuss? But at the time it was explosive. It was my Watergate. It was like dominoes just kept falling. There was even a Saturday night massacre, sort of. Okay, let's get started. And one more thing for you to appreciate this story, keep in mind we're talking old school analog living. Okay, like 1970s social network was no frills, pared down menu of options. You didn't tweet or text or post on Facebook. For the most part, you lived your life in person. Crazy, right? You gossiped in person, you pontificated in person, you were held up for public ridicule in person, and public ridicule in a close-knit, hermetically sealed Catholic parish was the ultimate nightmare.
Father Levitt's coming over to talk to Mom and Dad about you.
Why?
It has something to do with the show and tell we had today.
What?
We were asked to bring in the best birthday present we'd ever received. I was going to bring in my Easy Bake Oven because Dad thought those little cakes taste just like Mom's, but I knew Lisa Burdick was thinking of bringing in her Easy Bake Oven, and I didn't want Lisa to think I stole her idea, and then I realized, oh my God, what am I thinking? I got the best.
Just get to the point.
I brought in my cassette recorder. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Honest, I would never do that.
So you brought in the recorder. So what?
Well, I was practicing my show and tell presentation, holding up the manual and gesturing my arms like Carol Merrill and Let's Make a Deal. I was rewinding the tape and Father Levitt walked into the classroom.
The power of Father Levitt. Just say his name and he'll appear. Remember what I said about my father impersonating people in my memories?
And this isn't even her memory.
That's how strong my father's personality was.
Hello, Rebecca. What have we here? It's for show and tell. Looks like a complicated piece of machinery. No, Father, it's easy and really interesting because your voice sounds different than you think it does. I don't sound like me at all. Really? Let me hear. I thought the last thing I recorded was Dad talking about bathrooms and how moisture is your enemy. I was wrong.
What was the last thing you recorded?
You. The conversation you had with me about puberty and the birds and bees.
That's impossible. You didn't have a recorder. I remember
It was under my trench coat. I was practicing being a private dick on the case and recording my interrogation of a murder suspect. You were the murder suspect.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you.